Hello, everybody. We are back. So glad to be here. My goodness, guys. What a great night. What a great night. Why is it great? I don't know. I had a good weekend. It was restful. Got to spend it with the kiddos, with Kimberly and the kids. Hope you are doing well wherever you are. Hey, we're circling back here to the case of Madeline Soto. We are in the what do we want to call it? We're in the beginning stages of starting to see what's going to be happening with the trial. Now, I've told you guys I don't think the trial is going to happen for a couple years, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. They do have it scheduled. They're moving along. So this week, we're actually going to be talking about Maddie a few times. I've got several awesome nights lined up for you guys. I do think that I might have to push Thursday night to a little bit later than my normal 7:30. Might have to start at 8:30. I've been invited onto another channel to talk about another case, so we might need to do that because it's a case that's important to me. But anyway, enough of that. Madeline Soto. Maddie went missing on February, what was it, 20, man, I should have my stuff up in front of me. Sorry, give me a second. February 26th of last year. And then, this was a missing persons case. Her mom's boyfriend, a guy named Stephan claimed that he took Madeline to school in the morning. It's kind of a sketchy story. Didn't want to drop her off right at school because she thought I drove a hoopty. And I asked her if she wanted to go to McDonald's. That's why we left early. She ended up not wanting to go to McDonald's. It was weird. It was just weird. But when her mom went to go pick her up from school that afternoon, she was nowhere to be found. On March 1st, her body was found dumped in a field near some bamboo kind of in the area. I mean, it was a little far away, but in the general area. We're talking Florida here, okay? We've talked about Maddie a lot on our channel, 60-something videos. This is obviously something that's important to me. I know that it's important to you. So when another creator got a video that we had not previously seen, I was very grateful to that creator for sharing it with me. I love that when creators will collaborate that way. So I am not responsible for getting this video, but I do want to watch it with you. It's about 21 minutes, and it is the evening of the day that Maddie went missing. Now, she was last seen on February 26th. February 27th was the school day, right? And you'll see up in the upper, let me get my cursor over here. Up in this area, up in here, it'll show you the time. It says 0911 -5, so that's UTC time. So if we're at, oh, no, I'm sorry, that is midnight, 12:09 and 11 seconds. So -5, we're back at about 7:09 p.m. And from what I can tell, this is either the Kissimmee Police Department or the Osceola County Sheriff's Office. I can't really tell. And honestly, I haven't watched the entire thing. So I thought that we would watch it together. Now, if you're new to my channel, but look down at the bottom, you can see a little instruction. If you use GF, you can get my attention in the chat. What it does is it highlights it for me over here on my side. So, for example, this is one. Good evening. And it's thank you, Fly on Your Wall 1977. Good evening to you as well. Thank you. So please go ahead and put GF in your comment. That will help me to see anything that you want me to see. I'll be going through the comments as we watch together. I did do a little bit to this video. Number one, there is a section that is redacted. It's just a blank screen, and it appears to be when officers are going inside the home of Jennifer Soto. And it lasts several minutes, and so I've deleted that out of there. I've made it very obvious so that you guys can see when I do that. The other thing I've done is I've bumped up the audio a little bit so we'll be able to hear it a little bit better. Other than those two things, I haven't done anything else to the video. Okay? With that, we don't need to belabor this. Let's go ahead and just hop in. Here we go.
Hello.
Hi.
Are you Madeline's mom?
No.
No.
Just want to make sure you guys.
Are you Madeline's mom?
Yes.
Did she come home?
What's that?
Did she come home? No. You don't know where she would have gone. No. Did she take anything? Any clothes?
Her birthday money is still here, toothbrush, everything.
Okay. So nothing that she like took with her and went somewhere else.
Seems like.
Is there any place that you guys think?
Seems like Mr. Stearns didn't think that through when he allegedly, I guess, discarded.
That she would have went? Any friends' houses?
The only friend I could have thought was, but I think Orange County PD already went to her house and talked to them.
Okay. Well, what's that address? Just so I can make sure they already checked there. So they're trying to look everywhere they can.
Of course.
First name is.
For some reason, guys, I just want to make sure that this will play for you guys because for some reason, if I go to another screen, it's pausing.
When it was pulled up to her address.
So I'm going to put it in another place. Yeah, it appears to be working now. Sorry about that.
Did she go to school today?
No.
No. Okay.
She was supposed to. She was dropped off close to school. She wanted to walk the rest of the way because she was embarrassed by his car.
Okay.
Which is normal for her to ask to be.
It's an image thing.
Right.
But she never made it. I went to the school to pick her up.
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry to interrupt so quickly. Guys, if you're new here, I will interrupt on these things. I just will. That's just the way it's going to be. If you don't like it, it's probably not the channel for you, but I love you. Thank you very much for being here anyway. She's speaking as if she knows. And this has been one of my issues with Jennifer Soto from the very beginning, is that she's speaking from a place of knowledge. At least that's what it sounds like, right? No, she was dropped off. She wanted to walk because she was embarrassed about his car, blah, 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 blah. It's, that's been one of the things that I've really just, it's driven me crazy this whole time.
At the end of the day. And she never came outside. I drove away thinking maybe she walked to my mom's office because sometimes she'll do that if I can't pick her up. And my mom's office is less than, what would you say, half a mile away?
Yeah.
It's pretty close.
Something like that.
She would get there, school ends at 4:04, she would get there by 4:35 the latest. She never got there by 4:35. I started driving around. I went back to the school was closed.
Most of the screen, she could maybe walk to her grandma's house, but that's a lot further.
When the school was closed, I realized something was wrong. I called and I said, hey, did you see Maddie today? Or is she with you? Because I can't find her. And she said, no, she never made it to first or second period. And I said, what do you mean? I dropped her off at school. And she said, she never made it to school. And I said, can you please check with the rest of your friends, see if she made it to any of her other periods? At this point.
What do you mean I dropped her off at school? That's what she just said. What do you mean I dropped her off at school?
I messaged her teachers directly, and I asked if any of them saw her. 2 of them responded to me. One of them told me she didn't make it to his period, and he also checked her attendance for the rest of the day. She never made it to any of her periods. This is when I knew something was truly wrong because she was dropped off by him close to the school. She should have been at school. At that point, that's when I called 911. This was around 4:35, 4:40. Police did not show up till 7:30, I want to say.
Up in Orange County?
Up in Orange County.
Okay.
And then at that point, that's when all the questions started happening. And then he took them to where he dropped her off. Someone in an outfit she was wearing sit in their parking lot for a little bit, like take a break from her walk, because she was early for school, and then get up and then leave towards the school. That's as far as I know.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay. Were you able to find his address?
Sorry.
No, you're fine. I know you guys got a lot going on. Did she take her school laptop with her?
She did.
She did.
She did.
They already tried to track it, but unfortunately the unit is completely powered off.
Oh,
It's
okay.
completely offline according to them. They were unable to do anything with it.
Okay. She doesn't have any other kind of technology that you guys could track. I'm sure you guys already
No
checked
text,
that.
no nothing.
She
Normally
accidentally,
she has her phone, but she left it at home today.
and that is normal for her. She's got ADHD. She's very forgetful.
Okay.
I always have to remind her.
We're kind of forgetful too sometimes.
I believe, no, this is to do that.
Anytime the sound drops, it's a redaction. I didn't do that.
How do you spell that? Let me see that. Gotcha. And what's a good phone number for if you guys have one?
Yeah.
Should have.
Okay, no other family in the area except for
Grandma.
grandma.
The existing family already left at the office and met with the cops.
The only other closest family member is my sister. She lives in the next neighborhood over. If you were to exit the back gate.
Next door, right over here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you exit the back gate, the first neighborhood to your left, like the Smoke Plantation, she lives in
The
there.
office too.
Okay.
But yeah, she was in the office helping me with the police, and she was the one who actually went through her phone and her messages and was trying to see if there was anything weird.
Yeah.
We didn't see anything too weird.
Nothing weird. You guys haven't had any recent arguments?
Recently, no. Apparently, on February 2nd, she sent a few messages to a friend stating that she would run away. But it must have been after. From the messages, we must have been arguing, or I must have said something that upset her because she was very upset in her texting with her friend. But
Do you guys still have those? Or no?
yeah.
And that's her phone?
This is her phone.
Oh.
I don't know why it's. Hold on a second. It's wet. Do you remember who
Starts with an S.
No, I'm just trying to see. It's
That's how it was, right? A second.
yeah, this is Sophie. Okay, this is her. See, I don't recall getting in a fight and saying this to her, but
That'd be
sure,
words.
we'll say that. I know.
That'd be words.
I mean, I taught her.
Yeah, she was a daughter.
It's okay if I swipe down?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Where did she say that she wanted to run away? Did I just miss it?
Something that she can't wait till she's 13 and she's out of here.
Actually, I'm not sure where.
Is that
I thought it was part of that conversation. Never mind.
Or maybe a bigger conversation. And there's her cousin telling something.
Do you guys remember what she said? Did she say she wanted to
The gist
run
of
away?
it was she was mad at her mom and she got turned 13 and like she was literally
Run away to the woods.
That
That's what she said.
What we could try and do,
was the gist of it.
search. If you remember what she said, you could try and type that in and it'll. So she said run away to the woods.
No, that's Sage. We're talking about growing up and living in the woods. But that's not it. Okay, let's try running away.
Yeah.
Nothing
What about just run? Jump. Run away?
No. Let me try it as one word. No. Let me ask my sister who actually went through her phone.
Okay. Do you have a recent picture of it?
Yeah, I can give you a few.
You can airdrop it to you if you like.
No, I just wanted to see it just so I know who I'm looking for. I know Orange County, they already have pictures.
I have to say I'm grateful that law enforcement turned out in force. 3 different law enforcement agencies. I know that there was a complaint that they weren't fast enough, but once they were on it, they were on it.
We made these posters if you want them. This is what you're looking for.
Okay. Would you be able to text that to my phone? Which one is the best recent picture?
The most recent was this one.
Okay. Do you wanna?
They're all very much her.
Okay. Alright, so that.
Hey. Yes, I'm currently with Kissimmee PD. They came to the house real quick,
That's
and they're
Kissimmee
asking
PD.
me about the text message where she said she wanted to run away to the woods. Do you remember who she texted that to, and like what day, so I can show them that?
Hadn't picked up on that before, so we're talking Kissimmee PD.
Well, see, when I went to what I thought Tall Goblin, February 2nd, where she said, what did she say? Where she talked about like me acting up and that she don't want to live with me, or that I said something about kicking her out before she turned 18, or when she turned 18. It doesn't say. It doesn't talk about her running away into the woods.
Hey, what?
Where did she say that? Did she ever say
In
that?
front of Home Depot? Hello? And log out flood attack from as well. Hello? It'll be 0028 Alpha Yankee. Flood attack. It'll be a white minivan.
Oh, okay. 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 I'll let him know.
Apologies.
No, that was it. Okay. So what she had said was to Sage, Actually, this is Sage's dad that reiterated this to us, was that once she had said she wanted, wouldn't it be fun to go camping in the woods and do a bonfire? So that's what she mentioned about being in the woods. Not that she wanted to run away and live in the woods. Yeah, that's not running away.
And then with her text, pull up her text again. Have you guys checked her recently deleted text?
I don't know how to do that.
So
Teach me, please.
go back, I believe, edit, show recently deleted. So 6 days, 6 days, and 10. And you could just click on whatever and you can click recover and look through whatever they are. Those are all 6 days ago. I don't know if you want to.
Yeah, I mean,
Looks like they're.
if I do that, is it going to get lost in the mix with her other messages, or is it going to show me individual like?
I'm not sure. I
Probably
actually
just
haven't.
shuffle it back into the list of messages.
Let's try this one because we
So-
don't know who this person is.
Okay.
Yeah, try that. Click recover.
Cover.
Yeah, this is a new clip.
So then go back.
This hadn't come out until
Done.
less than a week ago.
Remember you don't recognize?
That's at 6 days ago. It's not there. What was 6 days ago? What day of the
Excuse
week?
me.
Is that it there?
This one? That's more than.
No, too much stuff.
Okay. So weird.
I know that a lot of you had talked about why are they standing in the door? Why aren't they letting the police in? That is a valid question. However, I do want to point out that once they do go inside, it gets redacted. So I'm glad that they didn't, because we got, like something like 20 minutes of video because they were not inside.
I think this was the number. I'm not too sure.
I think it was too.
But it was
I
just-
think it looked like it, but it said that there was only one
I recall
message.
that there was a 7 in it, so.
No. So
So-
I don't know.
Who's the other one? Tall Goblin? This one?
Yeah.
Or was it the one with the S? Don't.
I will.
So that's Tall Goblins with the S. So one was Friday.
Is that a group chat? That does seem like a group chat. Yeah.
Yeah.
She gets a lot of group chats, I think. Especially when she's gaming.
So when 6 days ago, I wonder if it'll just say 6 days ago. 6 days ago, what was that?
Just goofy shit.
The 21st.
Yeah.
Hey, Becca, this is a great question. I think at this point it's now. Okay, let me finish my thought before I move in on my second thought. At this point, they believe it's a missing person case. Now, later this night, the same night, it's basically early in the morning of the next day, but the same night, there are a couple of detectives, one male, one female, who interview Stephan Stearns, and they ask if they can look through his phone, and they see the CSAM stuff. At that point, I think in their minds, they're like, okay, this is not a missing persons case. This is probably a murder case. That's when they start locking things down. So, yeah, I wonder if there's some sort of policy that they're following at this point, or some sort of tactic or strategy, whatever it might be. I don't know, but it's only a couple hours later that they have locked down the place as a crime scene. They've taken his phone, and they've pretty much got his number at that point.
Oh, 19.
Bernardi. He's a dill.
20. Wednesday. So we'll look between.
He looks like he knows how to
Wednesday
use
and
this
the
phone.
20th.
Excuse me, guys.
Wednesday.
I need to talk with Demon Hugger. That's still on my to-do list about the merch because she sent over a couple of really good designs, including a dill hole one.
No, it's the 20th. I don't see anything in there.
She's mostly stuff for gaming and stuff.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
all she uses it for.
Yeah. I know the other officer already came here and looked inside, right?
Yeah.
Do you guys mind if I go back in and walk through with you guys?
Go for it.
If you guys want to show me the way.
This is the part that I fast forward through, obviously.
So that white Nissan Sentra there, that is Jennifer's.
Okay.
Welcome, Sophie. Glad you're here. I'm not sure, Hannah. Ruby, I bet his heart is going a million miles an hour.
Corolla is Angelica's.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the silver Lincoln is mine. Well, it's actually my parents, but I'm driving their car right now. It's in better condition.
This is the one that she said she doesn't like to ride in?
Yeah, this is the one she was embarrassed to get dropped off in. So
Okay.
I was that age. I understood.
I got you.
Forgive the donut there. I got a flat tire earlier this
That's
afternoon.
fine. You might want to put
Flat tire.
some, cover the firearm in there. Someone will steal that, man.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I stuck it there when I was changing the tire.
I got you, yeah.
Thank you for pointing
A
that
lot
out.
of people, they look in cars, if they see that, they'll
Yeah.
smash that back window and
I have
take
my
it.
concealed carry, so
Yeah,
thank you
good for
pointing
you.
that out. I appreciate it.
Are these all the cars?
I believe there's just one in this car.
This one?
Shroud, I don't think they do. No.
Is that all of them?
Yeah.
Just those four? Okay. All right, well, I'm going to go head over to Sisters. What is her name?
Stephanie.
Stephanie? All right, I'm going to go over there. What's a good phone number for you?
Yeah, we're getting at the end here.
Okay. All right, I'm going to go head over there, okay? All right. Yep. Definitely.
Just gonna check for you guys. I think the amount of time that they spent inside the house was about 10 minutes, if I remember correctly. Let me just look here real quick. Give me just a second here. I need to... Give me just 1 second. Let me see. So that one's 21 minutes. The unedited one is 28 minutes. So it's like 7 minutes that they are in the house. And that's, I mean, that is the entire video. Now, what are some of the things that stood out to you guys? The whole flat tire thing kind of stood out to me. There was a moment at which Stephan Stearns vaped, and he's like, "Oh, I forgot to ask. Are you guys okay with me vaping?" Kind of trying to feel like a normal guy, right? I thought that was a little bit weird. Him folding his arms. Now, I have a thing about arms folded because I am an arm folder. Like, that is a natural, relaxing thing for me. And I know that some people think that folding arms equals you're nervous or you're upset or you're getting confrontational. But for me, I'm an arm folder. That's like one of the most relaxing positions for me. That's the way I am on airplanes. I can do a 12, 15-hour flight and I'll just sit there and fold my arms the whole time. But his arms were folded this whole time, right? I mean, I don't think there's a time when his arms aren't folded when we go back and look at this, right? Folded arms all the way there. Arms are folded here. Looking at the cars, arms are folded. Yeah, so it does. And this is February in Florida. Maybe I just need to relax because it's like 9 degrees where I am right now, Fahrenheit. It is cold where I am right now, but I just don't feel like Florida ever gets that cold. So I'm curious what you guys think as far as what you picked up on, and I will go through a couple of comments here. Alicia, Gavin, has there been any updates on Stephan Stearns' first trial coming up in February? So I was just on the Osceola County website, the court website, just a couple hours ago. Well, like in the last hour. How long have we been going? Doesn't matter. Anyway, about an hour ago. There have been some documents that have been uploaded that we're going to go over in a video later this week about depositions. But there haven't been any changes in the schedule. I really don't think, though, that there's going to be a trial in this in 2025. I really don't. I mean, I hope there is, but experience indicates to me that won't happen. Yeah, Crystal Wybright, Yebright, however you say that. This hurts my heart for Maddie. Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things about this case, man. Madeline was just a little girl, just a little one. And man, she endured at least 5 years of abuse from that guy. By that guy, I mean that guy. Right? Just awful, awful, awful. Stephan Stearns perked up so fast when they asked to see Maddie's deleted messages. I didn't notice that, but great catch. Let me see if oh yeah, he was leaning in. He was taking a look. Let's go back. So you're right. He's leaning in there for sure. Great catch. Let's see what else you guys are saying. KC32, Gavin, Stephan Stearns is freaking out right now, not knowing if he totally deleted messages. Yeah. Great catch, guys. Great catch. Mooney is the best. Gifted 5 memberships. Hopefully you guys that got those gifts from Mooney will enjoy them. Thanks, Mooney, for doing that. Let me go back up. Gavin, I hope she is still at the psychiatric ward and that she stays there. I hope she doesn't have a good night's sleep for the rest of her life. Mooney's catching me yawning. I am tired, guys. It's been a long day. It's not that I'm bored. I'm trying not to. I'm trying to not show how tired I am. Mooney picked up on it. She knows me. Let's see. Virgie, Emily, Gavin, arms crossed at chest means he's protecting himself from the police. Also, I'm glad Stephan Stearns is in the dark. We just see his silhouette. Yeah, so I know that body language experts say that, but at the same time, I'm a person who I just fold my arms. It's a very comfortable position for me. Yeah. Pauline, Gavin, just from watching Nazia Harris case, so similar to Maddie's. Yeah, it's sad. Yeah, the sad thing about this is that Maddie is one of thousands of victims that suffered this way. Benabel says, I wonder if the car thing is real, but Maddie just used it as an excuse to avoid time with Stephan Stearns. Great pickup. Yeah, that might be true. Yeah. Does anybody really believe she was embarrassed of the car? It's a Caddy. Well, it's a Lincoln. Yeah, I don't think it's a hoopty car. That's kind of. I mean, kids are funny. Like I remember, like in elementary school, being embarrassed if my mom would come to school, like to volunteer or whatever. I don't know why I was so embarrassed. Well, I do know why I was so embarrassed. It's just stupid, the reason. My mom was older than all of the other kids' moms. I was the fourth child. And most of the kids that I went to school with, they only had 1 or 2 kids in their family. So my mom was all of like 4 or 5 years older than them. And it just seemed like she was such an old woman and it would embarrass me. But I don't know. Yeah, Beck says, I wish Maddie could have been rescued and lived a long, wonderful life. I think we all agree with you there. Roger Bro says, Gavin, crossed arms all the time. It's a very defensive stance. It's defensive, like it's self-protecting, maybe. Maybe I need to stop folding my arms. It's fun. That's the way I was raised. I was raised that, like in church, we would fold our arms to be reverent. That was the thing, and that just became a very comfortable thing for me. New England Coast says, Gavin, in my opinion, both Jen and Stephan are over-medicated, prescription and otherwise. Yeah, possibly. Definitely the prescriptions. And I mean, yeah, I think you're right. L. Arnold, Gavin, weird that he wouldn't look at the cop when Jen left to get the phone. Not too weird knowing what was going on, right? Like in hindsight, not all that weird. Yeah. Okay, Tanya says, Gavin, 2 things. At one point, he is heard whispering under his breath, be calm. And then the gun in the back seat. Is that what it was that he was saying? There's a gun back there? Is that what it was? Hold on. Let's go back there.
It's actually my parents, but I'm driving the car right now. It's in better condition.
This is the one that she said she doesn't like to ride in?
Yeah, this is the one she was embarrassed to get dropped off in. So
okay.
I was that age. I understood.
I got you.
Forgive the donut there. I got a flat tire earlier this afternoon.
That's fine. You might want to put some and cover the firearm in there. Someone will steal that.
It is a firearm.
Yeah, I stuck it there when I was changing the tire.
I got you, yes.
Thank you for
a lot of people, they look at cars and they see.
He had his firearm on him when he dumped Maddie's body. Allegedly, let's say. Right? Oh my God, I didn't catch that, Tanya. I caught that there was something back there, but he said firearm. Wow. All right. Autumn says, I feel like he's folding his arms to hide the marks on his hands. That could be. Or Jess says maybe he's self-soothing. Also could be. Brenda, Gavin, do you think Jen will be brought up on charges? I've done 2 videos on that. I think that she could. I think that she should. But I have made arguments both ways as to why she should and why she won't. I hope she will. Yeah, Tanya, good catch. That was a good catch. Laura says, Gavin, I think Maddie was embarrassed of Stephan Stearns and not of the car. Yeah. Simdal says the same thing, hiding the wound on his hand. He said donut is a spare for the flat tire. Yeah, they call them donuts. They're smaller tires. Darlene says, Gavin, months later, we're still catching things. Yeah, unreal. So much going on in this case. Just so much. North Carolina nurse, Gavin, I honestly believe the embarrassed car thing was a total lie. I've heard in reality he hardly ever gave her a ride to school. Maybe 1 or 2 times. I think that it was the first time that day. It was the first time. In North Carolina, yeah, that was the interview by the neighbors. Yep. Yes, indeed. Yeah, the car he usually drove is not the car he was driving at the time of this incident. Great catch, Melanie. Yeah, I mean, he's driving his parents' car here, right? It's not like she would always, I don't know. It's a great catch. Good job. Dava Stevenson, Gavin, remember asking Jen if there was a gun in the car? She said no, as far as she knew, it was still in the bedroom. Well, that's the thing, is there are photos of a gun in the bedroom. Like, if you guys go over to my website, scroll down, there's so much here. Yeah, right here. So there's a picture of his nightstand. As you get closer to it and look in, there's a firearm. There it is. I believe that was a Sig Sauer, right? Yeah. Sig Sauer P365. So maybe there are multiple, I guess, is what I'm getting at there. Maybe there are multiple. Dixie Gavin, what can we learn from this case as far as how we can be aware of this kind of thing around us? I've been asking that question this whole time. I just, I don't want to give away too much, but I want to share something, but I don't want to share too much because it's not really my story to tell. Over the weekend, I guess it was on Friday, I had a long conversation with a person, a woman. It was almost 2 hours long, and she talked about how she had been essayed over the course of about 1.5 years by a person who really reminds me of people like Stephan Stearns, people like J.P. Miller, that are just controlling. And we learned from Beth Meeks when she was on. We've got to have Beth back on. She was so awesome. But we learned from Beth about how predators, like the ones that Stephan Stearns is accused of being, not only pick their victims, in this case Maddie, but pick their gatekeepers, their victims' gatekeepers. In this case, Jennifer Soto, right? Wanting to be able to find just the right mix, wanting to be able to control or manipulate the gatekeeper. And when I was talking to this person, in light of the stuff that we've learned over the last several months, covering Madeline's case, covering Micah Miller's case. Do I have a... Yeah, like covering Micah Miller's case. I think one of the main things is I want all of us to be able to know when we are being manipulated, when we are the victim of that coercion, that coercive control. Now, as far as the red flags of trying to see that around us, I think that's even harder. I mean, we should be trying to learn these things 100%. But you know what we should do? We should have Beth back on to talk about that very question. That is a great question, Dixie. Australiana Maid says, Gavin, don't go crazy. Being groomed makes you crazy. And I have been Jen, albeit saved my girl, but still, I'm intelligent and this still happened. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, the woman that I was speaking to this on Friday, obviously an intelligent, bright person, but was manipulated by somebody who was very good at it. Very, very good at it. And so you're right. You're right. Couple of other things before we call it a day. Vitali says, Gavin, that's why every body language expert would tell you to look for clusters, not only one body language sign, and to exclude personal habits, culture, and other things like temperature. Oh, okay. Yeah, cool. Very cool. And Desiree said he had a wound on his hand. Yes. Yeah, he did. He said that he got it from the car changing the car tire. But yeah. Guys, that's the end of our time together tonight. Real quick, before we go, let me just remind you that you can join us over on the Fish Tank. If you are into, if you're on Facebook and you're into true crime, the Fish Tank is a good place for you. Come on over and check us out. Also, on the website, I have all sorts of, the file is huge. Documents and photographs and everything like that. My patrons have full access to all this stuff. Most of this stuff is available to everybody too. So feel free to head on over to gavinfish.com. There's always a link down in the description below. While you're there, please sign up for Crime Cod. Crime Cod is two things. It's a full-blown true crime website and also a newsletter. Please sign up for the newsletter. I'm actually starting to get ready to send it a little more frequently. I still won't spam. I still won't overdo things, but I think the frequency of the emails is going to increase soon. So please check out Crime Cod and please check out the Fish Tank. And with that, let's see, what do we have on the docket for tomorrow? Oh, tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow we are going to go over a case that is extremely troubling. Extremely troubling. Oh my goodness. There in New York State, let me bring it up on the website. In New York State, there was a compliant inmate who was completely compliant, who was beaten to death by corrections officers, his jailers. And it's all caught on body camera. None of them had their body cameras on. The body cams were in standby mode, but they still recorded. And it is disturbing. We're going to go over it tomorrow. So please come back tomorrow night, 7:30 Eastern. That's when I live stream. And then on Wednesday, we are going to have Elizabeth Jones back on the channel. We're going to be talking about the case of the murder of Kevin Mullins, Judge Kevin Mullins, at the hand, well, the killing, let's call it, at the hand of Mickey Steins, the sheriff and the judge's friend. The question of whether it was murder or not is what lawyers are arguing about here. So definitely come back for Hillbilly Crime on Thursday. We're going to be back around to Stephan Stearns. We're going to be taking a look at the depositions that are being taken. We're going to be taking a look at the witness list. And then on Friday, we're going to dig into this idea that maybe Stephan Stearns is getting ready to flip on Jennifer Soto. So we've got a lot coming up this week. Please subscribe and ring the notification bell so that you know when I'm going live. Optionally, if you join the Fish Tank, you can join the live chat where Pat and Jamie will let you know when I'm going live. Okay? With that, I'll bid you adieu. Thank you very much for being here. Hope to see you tomorrow. Take care. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked what you saw, please consider subscribing. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below.